There's a good place to start the video with a happy Wyatt. A happy Wyatt. I just brought him in. Ty just got here. I didn't do any video earlier. I was up early. I was feeding at 4. Ty should be coming here in a minute with Blakely. I told you Blakely was here. Hey, don't go back there. You don't go back there. I always back there. Look at those shoes and that. Look at that. Oh, hey. What are you? No, you're not a doggy. Get out of there. Let's see that. Show off your shirt. Let's see your shirt. Hey. Who are you today? Obviously going to be a stubborn toddler. You going to stay in there all day? That way nobody has to babysit you?
I got your kiki in here.
Well, Ghost says hi. Actually get your little video. Kind of looks like it has the last couple days. We did kind of have a sunrise, but you couldn't see anywhere out of the hole down here besides to the sun. Cleaning some stuff up. Becky got a message. Guy says, hey, Dumas, quit chewing on stuff. Plans on being here at 1 o'clock today. I gotta see what the hell Becky's doing with that. I don't know if that had to get cleaned up or thrown away, you know? A bunch of stuff in here is gonna disappear. But hey, I found 2 of my mag trays. Put all the parts that was in them in there. Then I realized I know where my better little straps are. So, I don't know if we can lift that enough and stick a board under it or something. I'd rather let a little chunk of board go than let the straps go, because the ones we used on here are all good ones. There's another one of those blue ones up there. And then there's 2 red ones there. That's holding it all up on that board. So I think we're probably safe to set it down, I hope. And for nobody that's ever seen the inside of this, I mean, it's not bad. It's dirty from sitting here. You know, handles and levers are all in decent shape. They're cracking on the boots, but and these are pilot valves, not pilot electric controls. Should be anyway. And I wouldn't mind keeping that latch, but it's all hydraulic. And unfortunately, and fortunately both, this come off the dairy and Tillamook, and manure and steel lines don't do well. It looks a little different with all that crap out of here. Bad thing is, most of it's coming right back in. That I didn't want to move out of here, because that's a air compressor, and it gets a little tippy when you're doing it. And when you get back around, then the ground goes like this, it goes, and then you got a mess. And that's a little everything on there. Air hitch for the back of the service truck. Old hydraulic tubing bender we built. Little air compressor, and of course AC/DC stick. But this is what I found underneath the pallet that had the rest of the engine parts on it. Wasn't like that when we put hay in. So, yay. I mean, I don't smell anything. I'm sure there's still a couple around, but I don't smell anything. So, and they're not really like they're after anything. They're just going, oh, there's some good stuff here to eat. Excuse me, dumbasses. So, fun thing's getting the fencing trailer out of here with this, because it's kind of a bitch to get the skid steer to hold still in the right place to drop the pin in. So I put the pin in and hook up underneath it, like I do with almost everything, but that's kind of back heavy. Number 4. Number 6 is empty. Number 4 is like half full of seed oats. And I doubt the little critters have been getting in there. If they did, they're laying in there dead, so just can't get back out with a lid on it. And some of this stuff is Ty's finds, some of it's mine. All of it's to make something with at some point in time. All those roof hanger things, I think they're going to go in the scrap because none of them are straight. And a whole bunch of steel on there. I'm going to take part of those and put them on that pile and get that off the top of it, put it where we can put stuff on it. Oh yeah, and the C90 that we have left from a few years ago, that's probably going to get thrown in the buggy again when we spread fertilizer. I don't know, we'll find out, but I'm glad he didn't come yesterday because I've been over an hour doing this. You know, if he showed up and I wasn't ready, then I feel bad whether he's mad or not. But here's the rest of the engine. Assuming rats are under here. Well, that's not working out like I planned. Probably because I set it on the edge of it. There we go. I really hadn't got any damage here other than I see some rat shit in the valve cover. And it looks, they've been looking in there anyway. It does kind of have a little air under there. Not bad, but now to rearrange and put it back in. Yeah, you hear it? You hear it? You hear it? His water truck just went by in front of him. There he is. Spraying crimson today. He's going to be doing that field next. Well, unless he does one of the other 3 down the road first, but they'll be staged in the edge of that field along the next road over. And I've almost got all that rock back in the holes. Stuff it in and give it a few jabs till it quits moving. I don't know how far back it goes under there, but I got as much as I could under. It goes back to about here from there, and that hole is actually that big, and then this one is this big, and ain't much left. Get them to leave it alone, maybe the hole will stay filled in. There was actually a low spot right there, and that's where the excess is. It's more or less level now. Now I can start weaseling things back in. And our little family group message, Morty says it's snowing up there at their place. Although it's too warm for it to stick. I mean, I think it's 40 here. They're 35 or so there probably. There goes Blakely's boyfriend. He had a girlfriend, lost her recently, so now Blakely's got a chance. Something like that anyway.
Hungry.
Hungry?
Huh?
Hungry?
No, she's wet.
Oh, she's wet. I thought you said she was hungry.
No, I said stay on the concrete.
Oh. What do you think, Blakely?
His son.
It's still here. I remembered, I got done eating lunch and I told Ty, I said, oh shit. When we took all this apart, we had like 5 or 6 straps hanging the pump. Now I'm hoping the cab's gonna come down without issue here. We'll find out. Pump suspended at the light end by the twine. It's tied back to here so it can't slip down the arm. And it's blocked back here. And I just got a phone with the guy. He was apologizing, and you know, yesterday went sideways, and then he went to hook up to the trailer he was going to haul this on, and he realized apparently last time he had it out, he caught something and he's got a twisted axle on it. So now he is waiting for one of his guys to come back with the dump truck and a tilt bed, and we just got to figure out how to get it on there. I mean, it was put on our trailer with 2 forklifts. Not sure we can do that with the skid steers, especially where we only got 1 set of forks. And That should weigh around 7,000 pounds. So between the two of them, they'll lift it. And that might be what we end up doing. I don't know if I can get it. Get these two into the bucket on the one and forks on the other side. I don't know. But I'm going to clean some mess up here, and hopefully he's not going to be too freaking late tonight. Got her slid out. It's still on that tin. I don't know if it's on the other one, right? I don't think it is. It was part off of it when we got it in there originally. And when we unloaded this off the trailer, I backed that machine in. I think I had the forks on it. And came up underneath the front and chained the two together, and I backed up as far as I could. And back then, all that crap wasn't there. All that crap wasn't there. I drug it in as far as I could and still get out, and then spent about 10 minutes weaseling my way out. And then got on this side and pushed it in. I see we got a light out in there. That kind of pisses me off. Those are some LEDs we put in there quite a few years ago from Bi-Mart. Oh well. So, he ain't on his way yet, or at least he hasn't called me yet, so it gave me a chance to get it this far, and we're going to figure a game plan. I can pick this end up with this machine. I just stuck the bucket underneath until I was about to the tires, and at an idle it groaned a little bit. And the other one can probably pick the front up, but I don't know about going from the sides. We'll find out if that's how we do it. Well, I just fed everything except for the dogs, so. But I thought right now's a good opportunity to show size difference. That cat is basically the same size as that case. It's just got a little more horsepower. Well, actually it doesn't have any horsepower. And obviously the deer is bigger. I wondered about the height. That must be a little lower than the case then, because that's only supposed to be like an inch higher than the case. No, I don't remember what the specs are, but anyway. And there's what it looks like in there. Nasty from sitting there up in the air for so long. It didn't help that we had the owls living in here, and they were perching on it. And they actually had their nest up from that light above that tin. We put that tin in years ago because birds would get up there and crap on everything that was up there. So, hey, then what happens? The owls choose to take that as a good spot. But look at all this room in here. And a lot of this stuff is leaving, one way or the other. That'll stick around. Some of you might remember what that is. That's a horseshoe tumbler. It saves a lot of cleaning those things up. Put them in there, and there's some little chunks of hard cast metal in there. It's loud. The belting on there helps quiet it down. You do that and you go in the house for a while. And those fuel tanks will probably go, unless we need one on the sprayer. They're off a 61 International truck we used to have. That wood stove came from Becky's folks, one they replaced years ago. It might go. That auger stays. You can't get those anymore. That's out of the grinder mixer. It's spare parts for that. There's another, oh, there's the other piece of auger. That's what we ended up using because we couldn't get anything else the right size. That's actually for earth boring, but it works in the mixer. And a whole bunch of this stuff can go. Some of those cylinders are good, some of them aren't. If they're good, we'll keep them. If not, they'll probably go. Drive lines, we'll probably keep a few of them. There's buckets full of stuff up there that It's all usable stuff, but you know, I haven't been into one of those buckets in 3 or 4 years to get anything out of. The hydraulic motor on a deal that I was setting up to put a saw blade on and mount on the skid steer for cutting branches. Never finished it. And that is a hydraulic winch that I was gonna set up to use on a trailer, and then thought, no, I'll make it so we can slip it on the skid steer. Still haven't done that. Part of the problem is it's got the extra return line that screws things up. And I got a much bigger one out back that's going on a trailer one of these days. And God knows about this stuff. Stuff we use. I go for a couple saws that don't run anymore, and nobody can seem to make them run. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Oh, one thing he asked me when he called me, he says, does that have the back door? And I said, yeah, it's here. I said, we had it off to work on it. He said, okay. But when we got it, trying not to flip you around, I wrote on it when we got it. So there you go. And obviously we hooked a battery to it, so the hour meter would turn on. 5,420 hours, and we've had it since November 15th of 2014. Probably didn't help that Dad got sick in the middle of all that, so we never finished it. But like I say, it is what it is. I know he's got a little pin work to do up here. Otherwise, the loader's tight. That's just from being running manure. And yeah, that tire's a little low. I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think it's going to slow us down. And our twine job actually worked. It clears everything going down there. So that should keep it where it needs to be. One cab mount I couldn't find. That one. This one's stuck in the hole. That one wasn't there. And I'm not sure, because it's just like a motor mount, and I'm not sure which one was which, if one of them was it. So, yeah, put a bungee or something on there to hold that down. Don't need it popping up going down the road. It's still here. It's not dark yet. Guy stopped by. Got to catch him up. A little family history between our families. Good history. And he's going to go see if he can get a different trailer rather than waiting for the tilt. The tilt deck might have been back, but he said, yeah, I got to thinking the only way we're going to get that loaded is if we put your machine on too. And, you know, you don't want to have to do that because it may be sitting on a trailer for a while. I have no idea. And he's either going to fix it up or use it for parts because he says they have the exact same machine. So, hey, luck of the draw. And showed him what I could show him. Showed him the date we got it and the hours that are written on there. Talked about this one a little bit. Thought we got a pretty good deal on it. Told him I would have rather had the one with the fully enclosed cab, but I kind of like the camera too. Because visibility is a little different than that one. And that one I bought from his grandfather. And his grandfather dug the hole out for that house. And his grandfather's passed now, but lost his uncle too. And I thought his uncle passed before he did. He said it was first part of this year. He fought colon cancer for a few years, stage 4. It finally got him. But anyway, he's either gonna be back tonight or we'll do it in the morning. It's all if he had help that he could bring or not. And I think they're gonna bring a bigger machine than this one to help load it. That way, if the trailer's heavy enough, which I think we got a heavy enough one, they can hook on where I was hooked on there, drag it right on, and I can use that one to help push. We'll get her figured out, but it might not be tonight. So if you don't see it, well, maybe it'll be tonight and it just won't be on this video. So hope y'all had a great hump day. Hope everybody has a great Thursday. If there's more to it, you'll see it. Otherwise, yeah, you'll see it tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. I didn't go very far. The height difference in there I measured, that cat skid steer is 79 inches to the top of the canopy. The one I'm sitting in is 7'1" to the top of the canopy. And the deer, I think, is 7'2", 7'2.5", something like that's what they advertise it as. So that's still here. Haven't heard from him, so assuming that's going to leave in the morning. And Becky's only putting 1 or 2 things on at a time that we're getting rid of. So we had the 3 more or less dead bikes, derelict bikes anyway. My old 350 4-wheel drive, the Suzuki with the high and the low, and the blue Honda with the torn apart engine. People just left from, they bought all 3. They only take 1 at a time, and they'll tell the bigger their trailer is. So hey, that much is gone. Paid for. Good with that. They'll be back. And I think Becky gave them a package of hamburger or something too. So I'm going to go ahead and put a video up. And we actually get to see the moon for a little bit. I don't know how long.